Hey everyone, we are going to be winter sowing from start to finish today. You will see me start off by taking the labels off of the milk jugs, and we're going to be cutting them, drilling holes in them for drainage. Then we're going to go ahead and fill them with soil, fill them with seeds, tape them up, label them, and get them out here to winter sow in the snow. So I'm super excited to show you. There will be lots of time lapses for your convenience, so that way you can kind of see me in real time, so to speak. And then I'll slow it down with just a quick little couple recaps and reminders of how I winter sow, the little process, and then how I tie them up in my garden right here, because it gets super windy. So I want to be able to make sure that they don't blow away and all my hard work doesn't just blow down to another part in the garden. And I'm super excited. I have a full bed right over here, as you can see right there. And this is my third round winter sowing. So don't feel like you have to do everything all at once. I do about 15 jugs at a time. These are just my perennials, and then I'll be moving on into seed starting inside and then doing winter sowing for my annual. So come along and I'll show you the whole entire process. Hello everyone, so we're going to slow things down so that way you can see a nice little refresher and reminder how we winter sow. So I still have some black-eyed Susans. I actually collected these from my garden. I went over the fall, I went to Smithland's greenhouse, and I was able to get black-eyed Susans, and then I harvested them once they dried up, and I'm hoping I did a good job. These actually still have the chaff with them, so I'm just going to totally overload this jug, and then I'm going to take you outside with me so you can see how I secure them, because it is super windy where I live and I don't want them to blow away. So I actually use some garden twine, so that way I can go ahead and secure them to some of my cattle panels so that they don't blow away. And it actually snowed, so get a nice little view of Western Massachusetts. So we have my milk jug. I filled it with my potting soil. I use perlite that I mixed a little bit more in with my Pro Mix, and I am going to open up the hinge, and I'm going to heavily seed the black-eyed Susan that I collected from my garden, and I am just going to sprinkle it all on top. And I don't mind chunking this up later or potting up, because I really loved this black-eyed Susan that I purchased. All right, so I go ahead, and I still have a ton left, which is great. Go ahead, sprinkled it in. I'm going to go ahead and give it a light spray. And of course, my bottle is just about empty, which doesn't matter though, because it is freezing cold here, so it's just gonna freeze anyways. And I already pre-moistened this a little bit. So I go ahead and I labeled, so I wrote Black-Eyed Susan, collected from the garden, and today is January 11th. So I'm going to put that inside, and I'm gonna use my duct tape. Thank God for the junk drawer, because I ran out of duct tape, and when I was at the Dollar Tree and Ocean State Job Lot looking at seeds, I forgot to get duct tape. So I luckily have this zebra print from who knows when. and it is just gonna do just fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to secure it all the way around, and I like to make sure I really push it on. You can use duct tape, you can use painter's tape, maybe masking tape. I'm not sure how that would hold up. As a teacher, masking tape is the best thing ever, and so is painter's tape. I use it for everything. All right, so I'm gonna secure it all the way around. And as you saw before, I used my drill to make holes on the top and on the bottom. And I really have to push this in because I feel like, because it is kind of old, the duct tape that is, I do not want it to come off because it is very wet outside right now, since it snowed all morning long, which was a nice surprise because I had no idea. So I have a label inside. I am also going to be using a garden pen, and I'm going to label it on the outside as well. So I'm gonna write Black-Eyed Susan. And I like to write where I got, so I wrote burpees. If I got it from someone from swapping seeds online, which I'm going to be doing a video about that because it is addictive and it's amazing. So sometimes I do seed swapping, I'll put their name or at least what state the seeds came from. Or if I got it at a dollar store, like I said, burpee or collected from the garden, I like to write that down just so that way, say if they germinate really well and I want more, I can get in contact or know where I got it so I can maybe get some more seeds for next year. All right, Black-Eyed Susan from the garden. And today is January 11th. All right, so we are good to go. I'm going to go ahead and bring everything outside and I will see you there. All right, everyone, final step is to get everything outside into the elements of nature. As you can see, we actually just had a fresh snowfall, and everything is tucked away nicely in a blanket of snow. You can't really see it here, but I actually have everything tied down with some garden string. It gets super, super windy here. I live in Western Massachusetts, and I live in a big windy spot, and so I have everything tied down. They are intertwined through the milk jug handles, and then I have them fully attached to my cattle panel. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I have some spots here, and then whatever doesn't fit, I'm gonna put it in the garden bed right behind me because this gets the most sun, these two garden beds right here, and I'm able to, again, attach them to the cattle panel so that way on a windy day when we get gusts of 40 to 50 mile per hour winds, they are staying put and I don't have to worry about chasing them all over the yard. So here we go. All right, everyone, that concludes today's winter sowing from start to finish. I was able to go ahead and clean the milk jugs. I was able to cut them. I was able to put holes in them, fill them with soil, fill them with seeds, tape them up and get them outside. It's starting to lightly snow again. So everything is tucked in. And again, this is actually my third weekend of winter sowing. So you don't have to do it all at once. I am going a little bit overboard because I have between 200 and 300 square feet of garden that I want to put in with just perennials alone, never mind annuals. And as you can see, I have some beds that I have to fill. I think I have like 11 of them. So we have a lot. I hope you're here for the journey. As a beginner gardener that I am, this is only my second year gardening, and I think I'm going to be taking on a huge project, but I hope you can follow along to see the before and afters. And again, let me know what you're winter sowing. Is this your first time? What are you putting in? Where are you from? Again, I am in Western Massachusetts in Zone 6A, and thanks for joining me. Have a great day.